In this episode on OKTV Today YouTube channel, you'll see the most recommended movies from Muzzle, Rise of the Foot Soldier, Vengeance, Safe House, Unit 262, Roleplay and so much more, all coming up next on this video. Number 10. I Am a SWAT Woman 2022. A Special Forces police officer has to apprehend a narcotics gang that has abducted a force member and is accountable for a horrible event in her past. The drama centers on Sheng Nan, a female SWAT officer who was participating in a jewelry display when she came across robbers stealing valuables and holding hostages. This is a tale about retaliating with full force efforts and accurate blows against the perilous traps and assassins. In the end, she is able to dismantle the global financial crooks plot and capture them all at once. Number 9. Muzzle. American action thriller Muzzle, written by Carlisle Eubank and directed by John Stolberg Jr., was released in 2023.
Rebecca! Son of a bitch, it took long!
Starring in it are Stephen Lang, Paul Johansson, Carl Smithson, Delissa Reynolds, Aaron Eckhart, Penelope Mitchell, and Diego Tinoco. Following the death of his dog on Skid Row, Jake Rosser descends into a dark underbelly to find out who could be at fault. A follow-up, Muzzle, City of Wolves, was revealed in May 2024, with John Stolberg Jr. directing and Aaron Eckhart reprising his role as Jake Rosser. Jacob Michael King will write the script, which is based on a story by Carlisle Eubank and Stolberg Jr. It will follow Rosser as he tries to live a quiet life with his family and retired canine friend, Socks, only to be brutally attacked by a vicious gang, forcing him to seek revenge in the criminal underworld in order to defend his family.
A loyal part.
Number 8. Rise of the Foot Soldier, Vengeance. It is the fourth installment in the Rise of the Foot Soldier movie series.
I said come to the fucking box now!
Rise of the Foot Soldier, Vengeance, the sixth installment in the series, was published on September 15, 2023. Loveday and Jason Mazza wrote the script, while Nick Nevin returned to directing. For the first time in the series, Terry Stone and Roland Manookian did not play Tony Tucker and Craig Rolfe, respectively, in the movie. The story follows Pat Tate as he goes on a rampage to exact revenge for his faithful and trusted friend Kenny's horrific death during a post office heist that goes awry. Tate is determined to exact his retribution and, despite the world around him exploding, he will stop at nothing to find the bastards who are responsible. He leaves his comfort zone of Essex and delves into the seedy side of Soho in the 1990s. The movie earned $472,878 at the global box office as of October 2023, making it the highest-grossing movie in the franchise. Number 7. Four Kings 2 2023.
ยาน้ำระดมพลยาสติ
ถ้าไม่ดีนะออกกำลังกายเราชื่อบางนะ
When a student from Kanakachiwa was assaulted and suffered severe injuries, the Kanok students' leader, Bang, is getting ready to exact revenge on the Baranabond kids. The story from the last section is carried over into the movie. Resentment among Kanakachiwa pupils developed after Tumming, a student, was assaulted and gravely hurt. The Kanok students' leader, Bang, planned retaliation against the rival Baranabond students. However, things didn't go as planned. Bung had to assist Bang in whatever way she could once he was apprehended. The unruly gangster Yat was the variable in the dispute between the pupils of these two institutions. Although Yat appears to be a brat on the outside, both of them traded narcotics and didn't study. However, he secretly harbored affection for the technical students who engaged in conflict with one another, which resulted in his grandfather being caught in the crossfire and paralyzed today. The movie pays tribute to all the people who perished in the conflict between the vocational boys. Number 6. Roleplay 2023.
And why is that?
The bar. Phone? Lethal.
Yeah, should have
Ooh,
gone
please.
to Alice Overby.
Kaylee Cuoco and David Oyelowo feature in a new criminal thriller on Prime Video, which is another installment in the Dual Life of a Secret Agent film series.
And why is that?
Roleplay 2024, directed by Thomas Vincent, alters the conventional narrative and presents the woman as the protagonist, but it does nothing else. A man named Bob Kellerman, Bill Nye, gives her a drink in order to get acquainted with her better while they are at the club. Emma, who sees Bob as a professional risk, chooses to take care of him in the interim. Since Emma was the last person Bob was seen conversing with, the police link her to the death. Number 5. Safe House. Mexicali, Mexico, is where Carla resides and works. She is compelled to flee when her brother is slain. She is currently enmeshed in a lethal game between the cartel, government informants, and the CIA in the Imperial Valley Desert. Carla's life is irrevocably altered when she learns that her brother is a cartel mole while working as a trainee doctor in Mexicali. As she travels through an abandoned tunnel after being forced to leave her country, she inadvertently finds herself in the United States. She ends herself as a prisoner in a secluded CIA safe house deep in the Yucca Valley. Trapped in a dangerous game of cat and mouse between the government informants, the cartel, and the CIA, she must utilize her skills, training, and survival instincts to stay alive. Number 4. Silent Night 2023. This action thriller, which is filmmaker John Woo's first Hollywood production in 2 decades, has a straightforward concept. It follows Brian, Joel Kinnaman, as he seeks violent retribution against the local gang for the careless shooting death of his little son on Christmas. The gang's leader, Harold Torres, also shoots Brian in the throat, rendering him speechless and establishing the film's essentially dialogue-free narrative technique. This promises to be a relatively simple genre workout from one of the most renowned action movie directors. However, Silent Night opens in medias res, with Brian chasing down the competing gangs while they spray gunfire from moving automobiles while wearing a blood-splattered Christmas sweater. On Christmas Eve in 2022, Brian intends to murder every member of the group responsible for Taylor's demise. Number 3. Sly The Hunt Saga 2023. In the future, humanity want to drink Slythe's blood in order to survive and become immortal. A vehicle hits an enigmatic man. Z and her friends Fame, Nikki, and Ease are in the vehicle. They all decide to take the man back to Z's house to heal his wounds since they are ashamed and appalled by what transpired. He wakes up with no recollection left. He is unaware of his origins and identity. Z chooses to call him Name. Since their initial encounter, Z and Name have had a deep bond. Name, who suffers from amnesia, gradually regains his memory. He and Z get close, and they quickly fall in love without realizing it. Z observes that Name appears to have become even stronger than most people and that his wound has healed very quickly. Name is a Slyth, a species in the folklore whose blood possesses a superpower that gives its drinkers the capacity to regenerate and even immortality, Z thinks. There are rumors that a Slyth has entered the Earth. Hunters, a gang of guys who want to kill a Slyth and suck his blood, target Name. However, a different group of men has also emerged. They go by the name of Guardian and are there to keep the Slyth from going extinct due to hunting. Number 2. Trunk Locked in 2023.
Ones, be nice and quiet.
While laying in a car's trunk, 28-year-old Melina Voss notices a guy brandishing a revolver. On her hip, Melina finds a big wound. Using a shoelace, she creates temporary stitches for the incision using her knowledge gained as a medical student. She manages to relax like a patient. She tells Eliza that she suspects organ trafficking after overhearing the kidnapper discussing a kidney at 4:30 a.m. She feels irritated and personalizes the talk with the policeman. Number 1. Unit 262. Unit 262, an elite Israeli fighting group, teams up with the FBI to combat a global criminal ringleader involved in nuclear weapons trafficking. One special agent from Unit 262 is ordered to infiltrate and eventually apprehend the Israeli gang when they begin smuggling narcotics onto the West Coast. When he goes undercover, he uses the code name Elijah and learns that the Mexican Baja cartel is being challenged by the Israeli mafia for control of the drug trade from Tijuana to Los Angeles. The whole Unit 262 has to respond now since they are enmeshed in a turf conflict. If you like this video, make sure to check out the OKTV Today's YouTube channel, where we have hundreds of videos just like this. If you want to see our newest episodes, make sure you subscribe and click on that bell to get notification.